Hello everyone. I am Sejat Chokya, student of English Literature and Language at Department of English, MKBU Bhavnagar University. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about Renaissance in India and how Renaissance with the Renaissance changes in social reforms, social movements, in freedom, and how Renaissance affect literature. So let's talk about this topic. First of all, let's decode the word that what is Renaissance. The word Renaissance literally means rebirth and it represents the revival of classical learning, Greek and Roman art, philosophy and literature after the Middle Ages. What are the features of Renaissance? Humanism, which focus on human values, potential and achievements rather than only on religion, in the sense of British Renaissance and Italian Renaissance. Art and literature, artists like Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and writers like Shakespeare and Petrarch flourished. We all know that Shakespeare flourished during this time for his drama and sonnet, and Petrarch for his Italian sonnet, which are also known as Petrarchan sonnets, and he give new rhyme scheme to sonnets. Science and discovery, thinkers like Copernicus and Galileo challenged the old beliefs that Earth is in the center of universe and other planets eclipses and this kind of old beliefs they challenges. Printing press invented in Gutenberg, it spread knowledge widely. One of the most influential and most remarkable experiment and invention of that time is printing press. Exploration of voyages by Columbus, Vasco da Gama, and others expanded the world's horizon. As we all know that Vasco da Gama found the sea way of India with his voyages, and Columbus found the way of America from sea. Decline of feudalism, growth of cities, trade as an individualism also flourished during the Renaissance. Now, let's talk about Indian Renaissance. That what is Indian Renaissance and how it came to India. First, I quote Sri Aurobindo: "India of the ages is not dead, nor has she spoken her last creative word. She lives and has still something to do for herself and the human peoples." I unquote. Indian Renaissance, period of social, cultural, and intellectual awakening in India during 19th and 20th century, inspired by India's ancient tradition and Western education under the British rule. This is most remarkable that it all happened under the British rule, marked as a rebirth of Indian society, similar to the Indian European Renaissance. As in European Renaissance, there were many changes in literature, art, philosophy, and society too, which also happened in Indian Renaissance, lead to social reforms that like abolition of sati, fight against the child marriages, and untouchability with Dalits, promoted women's education and empowerment through reformers like Savitribai Phule and Pandita Ramabai. For Savitribai Phule, I must suggest the recent movie Phule, that is must watch to understand this situation of the time, that how women education, women's rights, and they talk about women rights of Savitribai Phule. Uh, Encourages religious and spiritual reforms through Brahmo Samaj, Arya Samaj, and Ramakrishna Mission. Strengthened education and rational thinking, promote modern science and literature. Impact laid the foundation for modern India and inspired the freedom movement. What are the key features of Indian Renaissance? First is a social reform movements. Leaders fought against practice like sati, child marriages, untouchability, and worked for widow remarriages and women's education. For example, Raja Ram Mohan Rai founded the Brahmo Samaj and helped to abolish sati, and he also talked about and tried to abolish child marriages. Religious and spiritual reformers tried to modernize religion and remove superstitions beliefs. Example, Swami Vivekananda and Ramakrishna Mission emphasized spiritual awakening and serves to humanity. Education and intellectual growth. Opening of schools, colleges, and universities. Example: Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar worked for education, especially for women's and their rights and education. Rise of nationalism. Thinkers connected reform with the idea of freedom from colonial rule. Example: Bankim Chandra Chatterjee's Vande Mataram inspired the freedom movement. Women empowerment. Pioneers like Savitribai Phule, Pandita Ramabai, and Annie Besant fight for women rights and education. Science and rational thinking. Reformers encouraged modern science, rationality, and breaking away from blind tradition, which lead India to not to not get freedom and to not get to go into the modern way of living life and to the modern way of looking at society. People who played major role in Indian Renaissance. First one is Raja Ram Mohan Rai, who is the father of Indian Renaissance, founded the Brahmo Samaj. His efforts to abolish the sati in 1829, and he is the father of Indian Renaissance, as I mentioned. Rabindranath Tagore, one of the foremost leader of Indian Renaissance in art, music, dance, and literature. He also won Nobel Prize in Literature in 1930, but he rejected this. Swami Vivekanand, global introduction of Hinduism, revival of Indian spirituality, promotion of Vedas, and we do not forget that his speech in Chicago, Veerchand Gandhi, promotion of Indian arts, advocacy for women's rights, critique of colonialism, representation at the World's Parliament of Religion in 1893. He represented India during this parliament. Swami Dayanand Saraswati, he founded the Arya Samaj on April 7, 1875. Promotion of modern education, and he also emphasized on rationalism. We do not forget, we must remember Annie Besant, who is one of the founders of Banaras Hindu University, fostering the home rule movement, which also connected to the freedom fight. Launched the All India Home Rule League in 1960. Contribution of women's in Indian Renaissance. In social reforms, Pandita Ramabai, a pioneer reformers who fought for women's rights, especially widows, and challenged social evils like child marriages, caste discrimination. Uh, Second one is Begum Ruqayya Shekhawat Hussain, a social activist who strongly promoted Muslim women's education and founded the Shekhawat's Memorial Girls School in Kolkata. In literature and arts, Sarojini Naidu, known as the Nightingale of India, she blended poetry with patriotism and gave a literary voice to the freedom struggle. Second one is Subhendra Kumari Chauhan, famous for her inspiring poem Jhansi Ki Rani. She used literature as a weapon to awaken nationalism. Now let's talk about political and national movements and how women contributed in it. Annie Besant, an educationist and theosophist, she championed the home rule movement and inspired Indian demand self-governance. Sarojini Naidu, who played major role in literature and arts and political and national movements too. Apart from the being a poet, she became a first woman president of the Indian National Congress and actively participated in Gandhian movements. Education and literacy. Women's like Chandramukhi Basu, one of the first two women graduates of India. She broke barriers in higher education and become an inspiration for future generation. Second one is Begum Ruqayya Shekhawat. Through her writings in schools, she tirelessly worked to uplift women's literacy, especially among marginalized communities like Islam and others. Okay, now let's talk about that how Renaissance affect Indian society, Indian culture, politics, and education and literature. First of all, in social life, reform movements, women's empowerment, social mobility, health and hygiene in women in during the period, urbanization. They also talked about this, and this kind of changes in social life came with the Renaissance. In cultural life, revival of Indian tradition with the help of Swami Vivekananda and Virchand Gandhi, Swami Dayanand Saraswati, intellectual exchange. We must remember the Swami Dayanand Saraswati, Virchand Gandhi, and again Swami Vivekananda in this promotion of regional languages. The way people promote and writers and literature, people who connected to literature used regional language to write. Education and literature, women's education, we must remember Begum Ruqayya Shekhawat, Sarojini Naidu, and others. Public libraries and educational social societies which promote education and science. Modern literature, influence of Western literature in Indian literature. Now let's talk about politics and how Renaissance affect politics through a rise of nationalism, formation of political organization, for example, National Indian Congress, intellectual contribution to political thought. People, especially writers, start writing about politics, and the political works came into literature, especially in Indian literature during the time. We must remember the Renaissance in India and others essay on Indian culture by Sri Aurobindo. Thank you. This is from my side. If you want to give feedback, let me know in the comment and share this video and subscribe to my channel. And also, I give my TED lesson link in the description and also the quiz prepared from this video. Also go through it. Once again, thank you so much from my side.